Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Park and Rec Commission meeting. Tonight is Wednesday, August 28th, and my name is Jim O'Connor. I am the chair of Park and Rec. We will go around first and introduce ourselves.
Matt Shaw.
Dan Zapatka.
Bill Nicoletti.
Debbie Davis.
Stephanie Middleton.
Allison Korea.
Deb Satonic.
Dan Lynch.
And right on time. Chuck's actually 20 minutes early. Chuck Stackpole coming in and Steve Vesputa. This is what a quorum. Thank you.
Wow.
So we actually just called to order, so thank you, guys.
Okay.
Public dialogue. Paul, you don't count as public dialogue, so we'll just go right on. Approval of minutes. Let's look at our July minutes. Do I have a motion? Okay, second? We'll go Matty. All in favor? Perfect, okay, and then, I always do this wrong, I know Paul always gives me the look. Let's, I don't think there's any additions or deletions, it was what, a 17-minute meeting?
There's an A at the end. That's all I saw. I didn't want to bring that up, but that's petty. Yeah, with an A.
Okay. Anything going once? I know, it's good to review. The older I get, the more I have to review what I was doing last night, let alone last month. Good stuff, okay. We're all set? Everybody, thank you. Okay, so let's go on to old business. Questions from previous meeting. Danny?
Nope, I'll go over it in the director's report.
Perfect. New business. Summer day camp and traveling teens report. Stephanie Middleton. Steph, you ready? How are you? Welcome. Before you even start, thank you for all that you do. Everything is always so great. Our town, our summer camp and traveling teens have such a great reputation. The numbers are consistent, and that's because you and your team. So, thank you. But if you could give us a little rundown and report of the summer, that would be great.
Well, we had a really good summer. We were at full capacity. We hired a lot of new staff. We partnered this summer with the Regional Water Authority, and their educational program is something that we haven't done before. We did that this summer, which worked out really well, and we'll be doing that more. We also took an extra field trip. We went to see the Connecticut Suns. We went up to Mohegan to see that. That was really good. We did that actual trip with traveling teens. So the whole camp was there. So we were like 200 of us all at the camp, and it was a really, really good experience. So
Bless you.
That's
it
awesome.
was a lot of fun.
That's
Is it a
awesome.
night game or?
It was a day game.
Day
It was camp day. So it was all camps. The cost was extremely reasonable for us to go, and the kids got to bring lunches from home. So it was, some of them had never been to a professional game before, no less a girls' game. So that was really good. That was really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Any questions from the commission members? How is your staff retention? I know attendance has been consistent and even getting better
Yeah,
every year.
Last year, we hired a bunch of new ones. This year was even more. We're losing few to college. They come at 16 and they stay until they graduate from college.
Gotcha, okay.
Some of them actually go to school beyond that and they still stay. So, but yeah, we've been retaining them since 16.
16 on, perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's all. I mean, I don't really have any questions. Dan, any?
No, I'll go over it in my director's report. The numbers are in your packet, what we have this year for each session, for day camp and traveling teams. As Stephanie said, the numbers were consistent. We were at capacity, manageable sessions with numbers. Didn't go overboard. Like Steph says, we keep it manageable, and this way it's not out of control in the building. We do have other people in our building during the day. With senior citizen activities with the Community Services Department, as well as the pool being open to its membership, our fitness room. The building is busy, and then you add in 120 plus kids, plus staff of summer camp, and then you have the traveling teens meeting out in the front in the morning and coming back in the afternoon. It's a hectic place. I mean, it's a hectic place all year round, but you add that in with the summer for that 8-9 weeks, it's busy.
Yeah.
And I'll go over all my, information and thank yous during my director's report.
I don't come up to High Plains like I used to. I saw a big tent on this side of it. Did you guys keep your tent still on the back side, or?
Ever since after COVID, we have individual tents.
Okay,
We have like
perfect, okay.
5 tents in the back, by the
Okay,
tennis
so
courts in
that's
the
what I
back of
thought
the
I
building.
saw. Yeah,
It keeps the groups separate. Each group has their own area where they go under the tent for
Perfect,
for
okay.
lunch, instead of what we used to have years ago on one big
big
tent.
tent, yeah.
That has worked out. And our arrival and dismissal times, as long as the weather cooperates, is out in the back. Each group is divided with a group sign, and the parents just drop them off, pull out, drive around, out.
Beautiful.
It's that, we've kept that ever since COVID.
Beautiful.
Those are things that we kept that have worked, very good for us.
That's good.
So, we will keep doing that as long as it's, successful.
Awesome.
And that's very organized because I seen the drop off and the dismissal over a course of few days.
That's fantastic,
Yeah,
yeah.
It
it's
is. It's
very
very
organized.
Yes.
because
We
I
kept
talked
some of
with
those
Ben.
in our school too, some
Yeah.
of those COVID
It works good.
lessons, yeah.
And you're outside, it's nice, it's, as long as the weather cooperates. If it's raining, we go out through the, they come in through the front or they leave through the front. That gets a little hectic with backup traffic on Orange Center, but
Yeah.
we get through, we got plenty of staff out there directing the kids in and out, and we're good.
What I appreciate most is you're also being innovative, getting the Regional Water Authority involved and going to things like the sun. So you're not just staying status quo. I appreciate that tremendously, Steph. So, anything else? See, we're pretty easy, Steph. When we have Steph who's been doing it longer than anyone, she's been here almost as long as you, Dan, right?
How many years, Steph, have you been doing day camp?
I think 14.
Yeah. Yeah, I start tomorrow. I start my 14th year as principal in Branford, so, yeah, time flies. Is that what
Living
we
the
thought?
dream, Jimmy.
Living the dream, living the dream. Okay, we're good. Thanks, Steph. No, we gotta go to reports first. Let's go. You got it, Steve. You're up.
All right, I want to thank Paul Davis for his interview with Judy Wright Williams about the autumn pool. I viewed it. Paul, you did an awesome job.
Thank you. I
And,
haven't
uh,
seen it yet, so.
Oh, I saw, Judy's,
You got the sneak peek clip?
yeah, and, no,
Popcorn
Judy,
next week.
Judy has, newspaper articles and, program, from the, dedication.
Wow.
And she's gonna interview, Sue,
Yeah, yeah.
and, I don't know if she did it yet, and Rolly Hine, who is chairman of the building committee for the pool in 74.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's gonna put it all together, but, Paul, you gave a ton of information in that I didn't know, The history is.
Kind of rubs off on you when you're in it all the time.
Yeah, no, but it was an awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Obviously, the Davises are awesome for our town, and we're very lucky.
Yeah, I
Thank
mean-
you, Paul.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Judy called me and I viewed it. She was excited about it.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing it when it's
Yeah.
all complete.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be good, very good.
Yeah,
And it's a lot
Thank you,
better
Paul.
than watching the Park and Rec Commission meetings, I'll tell you that.
yeah. And I was talking to Chris. The bathrooms down at Old Tavern have been cleaned, painted the walls and the ceilings. A company volunteered, I don't forget the name of the company. They did it, so it's, an improvement from the spring.
Okay, oh, awesome.
And, we'll work on the bathrooms in the fall.
Yeah, And I think it's, it's an ongoing discussion here.
Yeah.
We know it's a long-term
Yeah.
thing, and I know Jim Zioli also knows. So it's important that we have a long-term plan to fix it, but I appreciate, the looks do matter, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's huge, so.
I mean, I don't know, if it was Dan or Debbie, or both of them brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a start,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
that's what we're here for.
That's
You
very
bring it up,
smart.
we'll take care of it. Takes a
Yeah.
little time, but you get it done.
Yeah, and the fields look good, Chris had no concerns.
Great.
And fall sports are starting, so that's it.
Great. And they've rested a little bit, hopefully, so.
Oh, I don't know
A little
about
bit.
that.
A little bit. Very little.
It's a push and pull battle for us every year, but it is what it is,
I
right?
mean, there was a camp down Old Tavern.
Really?
Well, I don't know if it was a camp, but there was a bunch of kids on the field 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
So I don't know if it got enough rest.
Probably not, but we also support our families and our kids, and
Yeah.
especially when school's out, we have to make opportunities. And then even when our camp gets done, they still need opportunities. So it's a push and pull. There's never a right answer. So I got it.
But as we did years ago, communication now with who's
Yeah.
using the field and coming
Yeah,
through
yeah,
our
it's
office and
much better.
going through the grounds crew is much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's used to be people that just showed up out of the blue. No one knew who they were, but now these are groups that
Yeah.
come to us, pay to use the fields, and there's communication,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
way better than it used to be a
Oh,
long
it's-
time
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, that's been
Yeah.
that way for 5 years, plus years,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
10 years,
Yeah.
probably.
We're doing much better. We
Yeah.
also offset some of our costs. So it's not a taxpayer burden as well for some of the outside resources. So we've done all those things as, Dan's department and this commission working in unison together. It's been a good with the first selectman's office. So, and Chris leading it and helping us, always being the leader down there. So personnel, there's nothing. If there is anything, Dan will give it in his report. Budget, if everyone could just take a quick look, we're at the beginning of the year, obviously. Is there anything, Dan, that's gonna be tight this year that you're worried about? I know the finance department's been wonderful to us, but,
Each year, it's more of the grounds crew stuff, the
Okay.
maintenance and repair line items, machinery and equipment. Irrigation is an issue. Those prices go up. We constantly have issues with irrigation heads and stuff like that
Gotcha.
on all fields. But we got what we needed for increased. I increased a lot of those line items for this year.
Okay.
And then next year, I'll be doing the same as well.
Good.
But we should be fine.
as long as they're real numbers, that's how you always gotta, and you gotta stay a year ahead with inflation,
Correct.
so it's
Correct.
tough. The costs have gone up tremendously,
Yeah.
so I get it. And you're on a shoestring budget. We get it.
We have been for a long time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're used to
Yeah,
it.
listen, I'm going on 20 years and we've never had any extra money sitting around in Park and Rec. Okay, I think that's about anything from the commission. Any questions, thoughts? Quick question. I know we're way, way ahead, but do you have a list for this year for Ralph's?
I have a few things.
Okay, perfect.
yes.
As long as, maybe in October or November, we can just bring them here to discuss them
Yeah.
before you bring them to
If there's-
Ralph's.
Right. If
for
there's
our
anything
capital.
that you guys may think of or you think we need to bring up, I will gladly do so, but I do have a couple things.
Good, okay.
It's more, again, with the grounds
Yeah,
crew.
with the mowers
The
and
pool stuff has been fine. If Sue needs something, she'll bring it to my attention,
Good.
but, we're gonna be more with
the grounds crew. Yeah,
yep.
it's what that's been pretty consistent.
And
that
I'm
we-
also, the other thing I've been putting up for the last couple of years has been the basketball courts. I hope we get something soon with that.
So let's maybe put a hardcore press on the basketball courts as just in separate of our
Sure.
our maintaining our abilities, because that's really what the grounds crew, you're just trying to maintain what you have and make it usable.
Yeah, because the tennis courts have been great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're in great shape.
The wind protectors.
4 years ago?
Yeah, so we're due.
Oh, the basketball court.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but this coming year, there'll be like the company that did the work will come down and check it
Yeah.
out and see what need, if there's any maintenance that needs to be done on it.
Yeah.
But you're on that, almost that 5th or 6th year that they're gonna come down and take care of it. But yeah, hopefully soon, we know how things work. We waited a long time for our mower, our big red mower. We waited a long time for the tennis courts. I mean, things take time, but we do get things done.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon the basketball courts will be next.
Yeah.
That's just my
Yeah,
hope
he gets a
and my
lot of
wish.
play.
Oh, yeah.
It
does.
I was just over there before I came here. The place is packed.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So that's if
What you
you're,
want.
as members, that's also us to talk to the influential people around town to know that's a priority for us. If we're in unison, that's just to know that, so that we could, and I see Ralph, that's what I usually do, every time I see Ralph around town, I just try to remember. Ralph is retired. Who's gonna
Yeah.
be in charge of that?
Oh, I don't know.
That, I don't know.
Who's, that's why I keep on
He
forgetting
just
that.
left
Yeah,
us a
yeah,
couple weeks
yeah.
ago, yeah.
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 Good, I forgot.
I'll find out who, I haven't heard who's gonna replace him on the capital planning committee, but I'm sure.
It's a
he'll
big
put
one.
somebody-
Yeah.
I'm just so used to saying Ralph's name.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for so many
Yeah,
years.
you're
Oh,
right.
oh, that's gonna be different,
Yeah.
but, so whoever Jim appoints to that, we have to make sure.
I'll let you know. I'll find
Cause
out.
that's a big important, because that's the only place we ever get a piece of the pie.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, I mean, the finance do it, I will talk to Anna and Kevin McNabola on the finance committee. I see them on a pretty regular
Mm-hmm.
basis. Just let them know, there's not a lot we need, but we need thoughts, and we'll do it through the right process.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you
yeah.
I wanted to add, but yeah, so I will find out. Before you start, I can add, I didn't get to go to, the Fred Wolf Committee had a meeting last Thursday, and I had a very important meeting at my school with my superintendent, so I couldn't attend. But BNL was brought their timeline of how they're going to do things, interview people, bring feedback, get groups together. So they are starting the data gathering process. That's where we stand. Well, Jack and I will have another meeting with them in 3 weeks. So once this time, next month, I'll be able to give you a really in-depth update. But they're hardworking. They're getting even more background data than they had before. They're taking what we gathered from our meeting, our big open meeting last January, and they're gonna start from there. So this is the master plan. So they plan on meeting with us at some point in that process. Probably it would be during a meeting. That would be easier. So we would probably meet, save people time. We'll meet during a monthly meeting is what I will recommend. So obviously John's in charge of that, and I'll be in touch as soon as we know. But it's moving along. It's about a year process, I would say, to be realistic. It goes right along with Dan's, and we're gonna, we have to get our ducks in a row, because we need to be prepared, because it's a comprehensive plan that we're gonna be asking for some things from the state and the town, and grants.
And that playground's busy.
Oh,
too.
God.
Oh, yeah, big time.
That I do know, because I go through there, and it's unbelievable. It
Correct.
gets a lot more use than the soccer and lacrosse fields, I'll tell you that, which is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's there for.
So it's a home run for the town. So it's a fantastic facility. So kudos to everybody about that. Okay, Dan, you're up.
All right, I have a few things to go over, but I would first like to start and thank Stephanie for another great summer. Steph, I appreciate everything you did this summer and all the previous summers. Just so you guys know, during the day, she handles almost everything with the camp. And in my position, I oversee everything in the department. I rarely have to worry about anything with the summer camp. So I'd like to thank you, Steph, again, for another great summer. Maybe I have to deal with very few behavior problems, few complaints from parents, very few issues at all. And that's not usually the case, because I know there's horror stories from other towns or other camps around that I hear about from other people and other people that I deal with. And so special thanks to you, Steph. You do a good job. You're there all the time. You're there night and day and night, morning, early, and you're there when everybody leaves, and we're gone. So thank you very much. She excellent job, another excellent job. She oversees the staff, she deals with all the parents, she deals with all the kids. Like I said, rarely in my line of work, in my position, I have to deal with very little. So that's a big plus, and I thank her for that. Also, we have a lot of help in the office too. Sue, who's our aquatics director, she does a lot more than the swimming and the aquatics end of it. She helps with arts and crafts. She plans a lot of events and plans all that arts and crafts for all the staff to take care of. I know it's a pain. I see her every day doing it, but she does it. She doesn't complain. She helps Steph out in that regard, and I'd like to thank her for that as well as what she does at the pool, which is a lot too. Also, our administrative secretary, Lynn Plaskowitz, she does a lot other than just doing her office job. She helps out with the camp stuff as well, with events, and she helps with crafts and all that kind of stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Really, you think about it, guys, our department is myself, Sue, Lynn, and Stephanie. And Stephanie's part-time. That's all we have. And for what we offer, and then we have Chris and Bob on the grounds crew end, that's it. That's all we have. For what we offer in this town,
It's impressive.
it's pretty good. We all do our little part here. We don't have a lot of people in our office, but we do the best we can, and Stephanie, Sue, and Lynn are excellent. I mean, they're great workers. They're always at work. I never have to worry about anything. God forbid, maybe they're sick every once in a while. So I just want to report to you guys tonight. I know I report every month to you guys, but these people do a lot of work. I mean, we're not overly paid, as you all know.
no, we know.
These people have a lot of heart and a lot of desire and a lot of passion for the department. And people at home need to know that, and everybody in town and everybody here, you guys already know it, but I'm just letting you know. It's not an easy job. You deal with a lot of stuff, and it's not easy, but thank you to them. They do a great job. Also, I'd like to thank everybody else. Stephanie's son was our travel and teens coordinator, Trace. His staff for the travel and teens, again, that's not easy. You're dealing with teenagers every day, getting on a bus, going on a trip. I mean, it's hard. 8 weeks. I mean, we have an air-conditioned bus, but it's hot. And you're going to all these different places. God forbid it rains, you have bad weather. You gotta come in early in the morning, change the trip, let the parents know, let the kids know. It's not, this stuff gets done like in a blink of an eye. You don't have to worry about it. Dan, we switched the trip, we're going here, we're going there, we're all set. We got the check from town hall, we're leaving. Great, good job. I mean, stuff like that, you don't have to worry about anything. It's done. No questions asked. All of our summer camp staff, all our directors, the summer camp staff themselves that deal with the kids every day, our office staff, the aquatic staff, our maintenance and custodial staff, our ground supervisor, Chris, grounds crew chief, Bob, all their work around the town, picking up the garbage, keeping the area clean, weed whacking around the benches and underneath the tents, all that kind of stuff. Stuff that goes unnoticed, but I want to thank everybody for all their help this summer. Another great summer. As you can see in my report, those are the numbers for each session. The travel and teens numbers were phenomenal this year compared to last year. The only bad week, again, is the 4th of July week, and even our day camp numbers for session 2, which is in the middle of July 4th, their numbers were low. But numbers-wise, phenomenal. A great summer. So I just want to thank everybody for that was involved with that. Our softball league will be completed by the second week of September. There's playoffs tonight. You saw teams out here over at High Plains as well. Playoffs continue next week, and then we will have the finals on Monday night, September 9th for the Monday Night League, and Wednesday night, September 11th for the Wednesday Night League, and then we'll be done there. If anybody has any questions, and the pool is closed now. It closes for 3 weeks after camp is over. Pool reopens on Tuesday, September 3rd. And Sue just posted the pool hours today on our website and on our Facebook page.
Perfect. Well, we thank also you, Dan, because it takes probably loyalty is a lot of those things, and compassion and dedication, and the teamwork, and it needs someone to help lead it. So we also thank you. You've been doing it for a long time, and you do it seamlessly. And yes, we're not overpaying you by any means.
No,
So, or anybody.
talking
So,
about
yeah, them.
everybody else,
I
yeah.
know them as well. Exactly, and we appreciate everything that you do for our Orange children.
these are
and it's-
dedicated people. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been here, in September, I'll be here 24 years.
Wow.
And Sue's been here probably a year more than me, and she was a part-time worker prior
Wow.
to that, so she's been here longer than me. Stephanie's been here 14-plus years.
Yeah, I think it's 14 just doing camp.
Lynn Plaskowitz has been in town she's
Yeah.
a living treasure, as we all know. She just got that award this past year.
Yeah.
She's been involved with the tax office in our office for
No, we're
God
super
knows
lucky.
how many years. So,
But that-
it's a dedicated group, but people have been here a long time.
We're lucky. We're very, very lucky. So thank you to the entire team. And that's all I can say. I think we're over grateful. And I remember from Joe Lembo, he used to say almost every meeting, for a small town like this, the amount of services and opportunities and things we do, people just don't realize how much we really do for our size town. And we should be really proud of that every year in and year out. So, that always stuck with me because it's true. We continue to always be innovative. As I said earlier to the staff, I appreciate us always being forward thinking, having questions, questioning each other. I remember probably 15 years ago, we were debating whether to continue the camp at some points. Merge. Remember, we were going to merge with YMCA at a point. We thought about, right, Chuck? Yeah. So we've gone through a lot of iterations of things in this town, but we always are looking, trying to help ourselves, but also appreciating what we got. So, anything from any of the commission's members or any thoughts? Anybody else?
No, just echo everything you guys said. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, well done.
Keep going.
Okay, a motion to adjourn? Come on, Deb. Oh, yeah, it's Steve, second. Deb, all in favor? Aye. Have a great night, everyone, and good luck to the kiddos in school.